Hello to the chicos and the chicas. Today I am going to really well and truly go into the amateur's mind, and I'm going to do some tidying up there, or at least that is the hope, because there is this problem that I have very long been wanting to discuss on this channel, and now is the time when I'm going to do that. There is this phenomenon that I think most amateur players can relate to when they calculate the variation. Let's say that it's a medium to longer variation by their standards, let's say 2, 3, 4 moves in a line, and they consider it to be something that is forcing more or less. And what they do is that they calculate the variation on move 1, or rather 0, because they haven't even played the first move of the sequence. And when the sequence that they calculated begins to appear on the board, they blitz out the whole sequence based on the calculation that they conducted before the beginning of the sequence. And there is no additional thought, reconsideration, pause and reflect whatsoever between move 0 and move 4. And every time I face this and I'm like, why did you play this? Oh, I calculated it back at move 18. And I'm like, that was 2 years ago, mate, as far as this game is concerned. A lot of things happened on the board, and you might have calculated it, but it would have been probably worth rechecking your line and not make a vitally important decision based on your calculation 7 years ago, when actually the position is on the board. So it's not like you had to rely on what you calculated back 10 moves ago. No, it's right in front of us, and yet we don't think, we don't pause, we don't reflect, we don't reconsider, we just go bang, 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 because, oh, I calculated this already. Now, if it is done by Kasparov or someone 2900, I would be like, fine, fair enough. But at 1600, 1200, 2000, even on my level, I would certainly not do this. Let me show you an example. Opponent plays against my student knight d4, a rather bad move. And now after c takes d4, there is a variation here calculated by student that if e d4, then we take bishop d7, then they take e3, then I take back, then they take on d7 with either queen or knight, and we are happy. And sure enough, he plays out the first move, e takes d4 comes, and virtually instantly, absolutely instantly, we play bishop d7 in a position where half of the pieces are hanging, and the hanging pieces can actually play attacking moves, adding an extra layer of complication to this whole mess. But no, zero thinking, bang, 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 and lo and behold, we went from plus 1.5 to minus 0.6. So almost 2 pawns down, or 2 points down. Now, had we stopped a little bit, just a little bit, after knight d4 cd ed, and not relied on, oh, I calculated this already, and just took another look, we would have noticed that actually here after knight d5, white wins the piece by force, because of knight takes d5, bishop d7, queen d7, and e d5, there is no longer a pin on the e file. Or if they had taken on b5, we take on f6, and once again we are a piece up. Note that this video is not about why didn't you see this tactic, or what an awesome intermezzo. It has nothing to do with tactics, tactical motive, nothing of that kind. It's a thinking method failure, and a really big one. And that is that we think once in a sequence where we have 4 opportunities to pause and think, but we act out all 4 actions based on the one thinking. And that is a huge mistake. And I was thinking today a lot about the reasons why it happens. And I realized the very important thing that it never occurred to me before, that this is a phenomenon that is very heavily associated with online chess. And the reason for that, and this is another discovery that makes me super excited about the compare-contrast aspects of online versus over-the-board chess, is because if I receive this over the board and I take, and they take me back, the first thing that I do when I play this game, even if I have bad thinking habits, is that I have to record the move. And so I write the move down on the score sheet, I put my pen down, and just that action calms me down enough to not to make a move immediately, but get back to proper good chess habits which is to, okay, lean back, let's check. And I recalculate. But online chess actually encourages us to do a lot of things in rush, right? There's no pre-moving over the board. We pre-move a lot of nonsense, absolute garbage in online chess, thus accelerating the game, making the game look faster, making the thinking process look faster, whereas actually it was non-existent or hardly ever. And I'm not arguing against pre-moves, but I certainly am arguing that the whole desire to make things just happen faster eliminates a layer of thinking and therefore a layer of quality. And so because we also don't have this necessity in online chess, that irrespective of time control, that when you receive a move you must record it, it feels like you are immediately invited to go to action. And so you don't have that natural block that tells you stop, reflect, and then react. And so I very, very much like to highlight this problem for you, and I would very much like to advise to not to respond with an immediate reaction if that reaction is based on a variation that you calculated earlier on and you are playing that sequence out. Give yourself a little bit of time and doubt your skill set just a little bit. Actually, no, I will rephrase that. Do not doubt your skill set. Trust your skill set, in fact, that you can come up with perhaps an even better idea than what you calculated, because now the position is right in front of you. It's easier to see, right? So to stick with the example on the board, if you calculated everything from here, it's a lot harder to see that knight e5 idea than after this situation. It's only one move, but it's clearer. Why wouldn't you take advantage of having a clearer vision of what you must calculate than just rely on what you had to calculate when you were in the fog, to some degree at least? So take your time, pause, reflect, and try to avoid this mistake of playing out a really sometimes quite long sequence of moves based on just a one-time calculation and never rechecking. So once again, reflect, pause, reflect, and only then react is a really good way to avoid this major thinking flow. It's not a chess mistake. Funnily enough, it's chess mistake in the sense, obviously, that it has to happen in a chess environment where you calculate lines, yada, yada, yada. But fundamentally, the idea here is just to use your skill set far better and far more effectively. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I really do think it is one helpful video. Although, once again, there is no pure chess concept in it. But I think a lot of you will, when you watch it, you will go like, yeah, I do that all the time. Don't do it. Don't do it is the best piece of advice I can give you. And mark my words, you will see a really, really noticeable improvement in the accuracy of your calculation and the tactics and the clever ideas that you will find as a result of actually taking a second, third, fourth look in complex positions. So I hope you guys like this video. Please don't forget to smash the like button. Please don't forget to comment, to sub, to perhaps super like, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching again. Bye.